Alright, I haven't slept for 2 days. This is the post-commentary audio for my Deadman Mode adventure. We've got 7 hours of footage to pander through, so let's skip some of this boring preliminary stuff and get right into it. The first thing I did right after getting agility was do the quest Pirate's Treasure. And while doing Pirate's Treasure, DWO, my old buddy Jay from Canada, chimed in the PM, and I guess he's not playing this season, and he offered to toss me his 10K from the starting chest. So I accepted that offer and scored his 10K and passed it along to my cousin, who later unfortunately died and lost it. But I got my 10K and kept that and got my own gear with that. And while I trained in Canifus agility course, I got my Slayer task there, the first one before I can do Weldy Slayer, and it was Ghosts. Then I did the Black Knight Fortress quest for some quick cash and access to the quest that allows me to wear Initiate. Following that, in a couple laps of the Falador course, I headed up to the Wilderness Agility course, and wouldn't you know it, I knocked out level 70 agility. This means I can never fail at the agility pyramid, and I have a lot of different escapes around Gielinor now, including one on Fossil Island, Neve's Cave at a couple of levels, and the Slayer Tower and areas near there, like that little glitchy fence that you can't hit people through. You know the one I'm talking about, the level 65 one. So I bet you're wondering what's going on in this clip. Basically, I went down to Hill Giants and used up the last of my food, got lucky on a key, and was hoarding the Guam spawn down there. That's a natural spawn. And I was trying to make my way out of the wilderness. I managed to loot a knife from the loot pile. I was honestly hoping for a dagger from a hill giant, but I should have guessed by the fact that there was a loot pile there that there were probably PKers about. I figured they had moved on because you never really know how old a loot pile is. So anyway, I'm running. I run this guy completely 100% out of energy and just make it to the agility gate, and I fall. And yeah, I know it's over, so I just toss up the good fight and 1 HP warrior. Nope. Yeah, done. Almost. And that marks the first death of the season. Then next I did a little bit of rebuilding, went over to Krend and took advantage of the fact that they have thieving stalls that are not in the safe zone, meaning you get full XP for them, which is really nice, especially that cake stall over there. And there is a spot to get from it without the guards bothering you too. And that spot's right here, but you gotta watch out because it is multi and you gotta be on your guard. I didn't even have overheads for this. I'm lucky he poked with his dagger there, or else I could have been a goner for sure. Then I decided to hit up the mess hall for some risk-free cooking games, which is really awesome. I went all the way up to tuna potatoes here. And since I only had my training sword and a food source right above the catacombs, I figured I'd steal some cake and then just come down and hit up these hill giants here. Ended up making out with a dark totem base and an ancient shard overall, but got PK'd, ended up looting back pretty much everything. So then I decided to reformulate my plan a little bit, and I went over to the agility pyramid and looted a whole 70k from there to make some investment. One of them being a lot of gnome food. Then I decided, since Legends is a goal, along with the recommended viewer suggestion of Ceradome and God Wars, I figured I'd start the crafting prep here in Port Phasmatis, right after I got some prayer levels, or actually this is right before getting 52 prayer. But one of my main goals was to get into the Warriors Guild first day to get the Dragon Defender, and unfortunately I did not meet that goal. I fell just short with 63 attack and 63 strength after a while of training on these Chaos Druids before I reached cap. And then I did Plague City, Just to get that out of the way, then I did Waterfall, since that's a requirement for Legends. Actually, Underground Pass is a requirement for Legends too. And if I want double death runes from cats, yeah. And this clip. A random disconnection left me without prayer. The connection reestablished. However, all my prayer drained during the lag out, so I had to try and flinch the boss, and unfortunately it disappeared. Had to go back and refight it. I think I lost the clip for it, but I'd like to share with you a little bit of a fishing tutorial for Deadman. I would say the best way to AFK fish in Deadman mode is to first get level 5 off of these shrimp here in Lumbridge. And then you take the glider over to Karamja, real nice and easy. And then if you find Shiloh Village, right northwest of the main structure on the outside is this little lake. Give it a click and then, feel free to step away from your computer. I went extremely AFK here. I would say it was a nice little breather. Nobody at all showed up. And you may wonder what some of the advantages, aside being incredibly AFK in Deadman mode, there is to this fishing spot. And the main one is that the Kuambuanji is stackable cat food. So if you plan on doing the Artie Easy Diaries to get the double death runes for raising your cats, then it would behoove you to also grab 5 fishing and AFK here for, a couple coffees and, a break, a sandwich. And yeah, you'll have enough cat food for the entire tournament by the end of it. While playing that back, I can tell I'm extremely sleep deprived. I hope you all find this entertaining. So then after I made it to Shiloh, I ended up getting 58 fishing here, so now I can do the barbarian training fishing. I've yet to do that, but I'm planning on doing that till 65, and that'll allow me to catch Kuambuan after I do the quest, of course. But at this point, I still need a spear better than steel in order to complete that quest. Otherwise, I'm item locked by that. This Slayer task was AIDS. I don't even want to talk about it. I was lagging. My prayer was dropping. Clans came multiple times. Couple times they killed the people next to me. Couple times they got me. I lost a training sword, a adamant scimitar, a rune scimitar, and a dragon scimitar to this Slayer task. In case you're wondering how I got the dragon scimitar, that was from emblems. Then we have this clever fellow here who has decided to camp the Gertrude's cat quest. And I play with the fence a little bit with him. He gets smart, switches to his bow, but as I'm unfrozen, he's in his bow and doesn't switch back fast enough as he's trying to climb over the fence to keep up, and I managed to outrun him. Oh look, more trips of the same bandit wilderness task that took me like 16 jillion attempts to complete. Yeah, moving on. A new day, a new camp, and I've got some magic levels. I can now get around the game and cast some teleports. Now I didn't really play too much into the day because I am about to go get some much needed rest. However, something interesting did become of this dragon trip, which I'll get to in a second after my bragging rights here. I achieved rank 9 overall in my seasonal binge so far. Now I'm not being fed by a clan or anything, but I'm not completely like Iron Man style solo either. I would say that I am solo, but I've got some friends helping me. I've got my cousin playing alongside me. My other IRL friend who's been dropping by has been playing on his mobile. So I'm getting a little help here and there. And plus I'm gonna accept donations if anyone tosses them my way this tournament. I know that's not the most honorable thing to do as a solo player, but hey, it gives me an edge. Clans have people feeding them and high supply chains. You guys see how it's done. So an extra 10k here or there kind of just evens the playing field a little bit as far as I see that, because it's in like no way organized the way we're doing it. So, before I see you guys off, the drop that was from this blue dragon was the mithril spear that we need for Taibo Wanai. So that's going to be a priority tomorrow, along with knocking out more prerequisites for legends. And I'll show you guys my plan for that, and then we'll move towards the viewer request for Saradome and God Warriors. Wish you guys luck in the seasonal. Goodbye, good night, peace.